She used me for wedding talk, excluded me from the invite, so I finally called her out at work. I met my friend Amanda at work a little over 3 years ago. She was new, I helped train her, and we clicked fast. We started grabbing coffee after shifts, then shopping trips, then drinks with our partners. Our hours were different, but we still planned meetups and kept them. We went on double dates, took photo booth strips, and sent each other silly memes during long shifts. With a few coworkers, we also did dinners or bar nights every couple of weeks. When Amanda got engaged to her high school boyfriend, I was happy for her. She showed me the ring by the lockers, and it sparkled under harsh lights. I asked about the date. She said late summer, August. After that, wedding talk became a daily thing. She told me about venues, food, music, cake tastings, and colors. One day, she said she wanted a small family ceremony with no coworkers, and then a bigger reception for everyone later. I said that sounded smart. A few weeks later, 3 coworkers posted their invitations on Snapchat. It wasn't a reception-only card. It was a full ceremony and reception invite with both names in script and a little map to the church. The snaps weren't sent to me, but they were on their stories, and I saw them while I clicked through. There was nothing in my mailbox. I didn't bring it up. I told myself she could invite who she wanted, and maybe we weren't as close as I thought. Still, it stung. She kept talking to me about her wedding every day. At lunch, she walked me through a list on her phone and asked, "Do you like blush or peach?" I said peach. The next day, she was back to blush. She sent pictures of centerpieces, shoes, hairpins, and table numbers. My phone buzzed while I was working. Sometimes I couldn't answer. After one shift, she handed me 20 photos of her in the dress before alterations. The dress was pretty. It also reminded me I wasn't invited. I tried to change the subject to a movie or a sale at the mall. Each time it slid back to flowers and place cards. Before all this, we were the kind of friends who showed up. I picked her up once when her battery died. She covered a half shift for me when my dad was sick. We swapped recipes and tried new lunch spots. We brought cupcakes for birthdays. After the engagement, she asked me to help rank venue options on a little list she made. I tried to compare prices on a quick list. She smiled, thanked me, and chose the place she loved with steak dinners. She asked me to vote on ribbon colors, then changed her mind, which was fine. She sent me late-night texts about chair covers. The next morning, she asked if I saw them. I said yes and gave a short answer. She kept going. I get that big plans take over your brain, but it was the only thing we talked about now. The week the invites showed up on Snapchat, I saw posts from people at work tagging the bride-to-be. That night, I checked my mailbox twice. It was empty. I told myself to let it go. I didn't want to be the person who makes a wedding about them. I also didn't want to sit through more details when I wasn't even going. So I started keeping my earbuds in at lunch and said I had to finish a training video. I started to pull back. I skipped a couple of group dinners. I said I needed sleep after late shifts. I took a walk alone during breaks just to breathe and stop thinking about it. One morning, I watched cars pass by the loading dock and counted them to calm down. When I came back to my station, she had messaged me links to rehearsal dinner ideas. I didn't reply right away. She came by and asked if I saw them. I said I'd look later. She kept talking anyway. The day everything popped was a normal day. I took my second break late and grabbed a chair near the window in the break room. I hoped she wouldn't notice. She did. She got up from her desk and followed me in. She said hello, asked how I was doing for once, and before I even sat, she jumped into a story about the DJ. I waited a few seconds, then I cut in. I smiled and kept my voice calm. I said, "Amanda, I like that you want to share this with me, but this talk makes me uncomfortable." She frowned and asked why. I told her the truth. I said it hurts that all we talk about is the wedding and I wasn't invited. She gave a short laugh and said, "I didn't invite anyone from work, so it's not just you." My stomach dropped because I knew that wasn't true. I said, "But you invited 3 people from our team." I said, "I saw their invitations on Snapchat. Unless those were a mistake?" She went stiff, turned on her heel and walked out fast. I heard her steps down the hall and a door open. I sat there for a minute and finished my snack. She didn't come back. For the rest of the day, she didn't talk to me. When the shift ended, we walked the same hallway toward the exit. She kept a few steps ahead. Outside, we headed to the same parking area and didn't say a word. We got in our cars and left. Now our friends are saying I exposed her lie to others. Was I wrong for that?